Hi, we're here at Old Trafford for FutureSPORT and I'm here with Nigel Wilkes, Head of Pro AV UK for Panasonic. Hi Nigel.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Good. So could we start with what's Panasonic's strategy for live?
Well, we've been basically in the live market for a long time. We've been selling studio cameras into America for many, many years. And only recently have we started to push that now into the European market. So about four or 5 years ago, started selling our studio camera setups into various genres, like sport, into education, into studios. Sold so far over 1,000 cameras, which is great. And they've got a good concept now, and the image quality and the package they can offer is very good. But we're now progressing that strategy a little bit more. So we've now gone from standard def into HD, and now of course we're into 4K.
Yeah.
So we have our new camera that's come out, the UC4000. And then on top of that, we've done some live shows with our Vericams that we traditionally use for production. But the cameras we use for a live theatre setup in the Royal Albert Hall in London, where we did Disney Broadway in one night. And the result from the Vericam setup was that they could shoot very dark areas using dual ISO onto live stage. So we've now got Vericam Live. So having our traditional studio setup, going from low budget up to the higher budget, we're now pushing into Vericam Live as well.
Great, okay, cool. And now the pan tilt zoom market seems to have become really important for Panasonic. So how is that area working in the whole sports and live production?
Well, it's anywhere you can't put a cameraman. So you'll have certain studios where they're small, and they may need it on a rail system, so we can put cameras on fixed spots, we can have them on totems, we can put them onto rail systems as well. And once again, Pana's been concentrating really on this market for most of my career, which is nearly getting on for 20 years now. They've always been in that market, and they have about 70% market share. Most of the reality programs that are on TV will have PTZs on there. It's a growing market, about 180% growth every year. So it's now moving into stadiums, we're putting them into theatres, and it really is anywhere where the studio is too small to have a cameraman.
Right, so does remote production kind of feed into the growth of this?
Yeah, it does. It does. You can have something like 5 cameras all being controlled by one individual with a mixer or switcher desk. So where traditionally you would have had 5 cameramen, now you only need one cameraman, 5 PTZs, and you've got a full studio set up.
Excellent. At IBC, you demonstrated an 8K setup using region of interest extract to output 4 separate crop images.
Yes.
How's that developing, and could that be used in sports?
Yes, it's the whole idea about the 8K camera is to be able to give the director a full shot of the actual pitch or a court or wherever it's going to be. So you have one camera recording the whole thing, and then you can pan and scan up to 4 feeds off of one feed coming off the 8K camera. So we're developing it for NHK for the Olympics 2020. That's the main area that's got to go for. But we're now coming away from IBC. We've now got various opportunities that are coming up where people are asking about it. So we're working with them to develop it further.
Right, and on 8K and the Olympics again,
yes. What
exactly are you developing there, and what challenges are you facing?
Okay, so we right now have an 8K box camera. So anybody that's familiar with our PTZ lineup, we have our all-in-one camera units, but we also have the big PTZs, sitting on a pan and tilt robotic arm, and then you've got a box camera that sits on the top. So the cameras that people would be familiar with would be something like a UB300, and so the next version is the 8K. Which is there, but it's quite expensive right now. But as we move towards 2020, then obviously we'll develop it further. But it's currently a box camera. And what normally happens is, as we develop the sensor, we develop the technology, then eventually it starts to move into things like shoulder and everything else. But I'm not saying that's coming, but that's normally the future.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Nice to speak to you.
Thank you.